is Canelo Alvarez in his 66th professional fight. That's more than any other ring-rated fighter in the sport.
The elements, the atmosphere, the location. Canelo Alvarez, who's pretty comfortable fighting, training in the Las Vegas area, fighting in Las Vegas. Now here he comes across the world. Had to leave 3 weeks early to get here. Told us earlier this week that it took him up until about Monday to fully acclimate to his new surroundings. He says he's all the way there and says he'll be ready to go in this fight.
Yeah, that man right there, that Mexican superstar, has been owning Cinco de Mayo since 2012. Headlined 10 times already. Started with Shane Mosley in 2012. Here we are in 2025, still headlining, still pound for pound, still ahead of the game, and still on top of his game.
And we've experienced a lot of new things in this job, Sergio. I have never walked outside briefly and seen daylight during a fight.
Will Canelo hopes to turn here tonight.
Wearing black with fuchsia and red trim. When he stepped on the scale, he weighed in at an official 145 1/2 pounds. Started from the bottom now. He enters the ring.
He has returned to Guadalajara in front of his people. This is a spectacle. This is as good as it gets in boxing.
You know, we've seen Canelo Alvarez with some elaborate ring walks. We've seen him enjoy those ring walks. I don't think I've seen one quite so elaborate, and I don't think I've seen him enjoy one quite so much.
Super middleweight champion of the world, Saul Canelo.
Undefeated 3-division pound-for-pound king with 33 victories, 24 of those victories coming by way of KO. The former lightweight, former undisputed super lightweight, and tonight making the first defense of his WBO welterweight championship of the world. Born, bred, and repping Omaha, Nebraska, Terence Crawford.
Puncher's chance.
When Terence is counterpunching, he's coming out on that and make
Comes forward, and Bud Crawford was hurt. And the ruling data.
Terence coming in, or when he's waiting, he landed that shot right on the chin. He hurt Terence bad.
5'8", but he fights as a longer fighter. And Crawford's landing 30%. He had a 19-10.
Oh, nice jab. We've reached the midpoint as a nice right uppercut when you have a conventional fighter. And there is Canelo dropping with a straight right.
Fighter. That time he came forward and Bud nailed him. Right hook.
26-0, 14. There's a big right hand that drops.
We'll try to hurt him here.
Another big right hand by Canelo. The right hand lead against the lefty.
Last round from Bud Crawford. That was the signature punch of that second round.
Round 3.
Of boxing.
The best thing is the fighter needs to take almost everything.
You paid all that money and had the biggest stage in boxing on Netflix, and that is really the best they could do.
He knew that he could not beat Bud Crawford, which is why they basically paid him $100 million.
Canelo later admitted he intentionally eased up on Crawford, revealing the truth during Joe Rogan's podcast. He explained that he never pushed to his full power and purposely held back throughout the fight. According to Canelo, he fought at half speed, stayed flat-footed, and let Crawford appear far sharper than reality. He also revealed that business, money, and high-value contracts influenced the entire bout, claiming he was paid to relax his intensity rather than compete at his real level.
That works because it's not pay-per-view. They still Netflix putting up the money. So they don't get no back end then. No, there is no back end. There's ticket sales. Yeah, pay-per-view. The back end is the most. There's no pay-per-view. I guess if you give me $50 million up front, I don't really care about it.
Canelo's admission confirmed what the boxing world sensed right after the fight. Fans and analysts noticed his performance looked unusually flat. He barely used his jab, avoided combinations, and applied none of his trademark pressure on Crawford. Instead, he stood still, threw single punches, and showed little urgency as the rounds faded. Punch stats revealed some of the lowest output of his career. Many blamed age or decline, but his statement completely shifted the fight analysis and narrative.
He don't have the punching power, but he has the skills that's necessary.
Crawford.
Yeah.
So you were very impressed with his performance?
Well, yeah. The point of the matter is, I knew if it came down to if somebody got knocked out, I thought Crawford would probably get knocked out.
Yeah.
But
Oscar De La Hoya was among the first to question Canelo's performance, posting online with serious concerns. He said Canelo looked unusually slow, weak, and nothing like the explosive fighter he had seen across countless elite training camps. De La Hoya wondered if Canelo even trained, or if something deeper was happening. For him, the version that showed up against Crawford didn't match the champion he knew, and it couldn't be blamed on age alone.
When he got hit by Crawford and he took that deep breath, it's frustrating. Don't get me wrong, Canelo facing the right opponent that's gonna stay in front of him, that's gonna fight, that's gonna make it a brawl, Canelo knocks him out. So I'm not saying Canelo's shot or done, no.
Veteran fighter Gabe Rosado also spoke out, saying Canelo fought with planted feet, no sharp jab, no real combinations, and only single shots all night. Rosado called it the performance of a fighter far past his prime, not a champion holding major titles. His critique lines up with what Canelo has now admitted. In past pay-per-view battles against Golovkin and other elite opponents, Canelo pressured with double jabs and crisp counters, but Rosado noted none of that appeared against Crawford.
Seeing Bud catch those shots off his glove,
he looked amazing.
So amazing.
Yeah, he looked good.
Yeah. He'd go to a body and he'd catch that and come up with an uppercut. You know, just all those things that seem...
He looked great.
Yeah, I've never seen anybody do that to ever.
No one has. Yeah, he's the best.
Canelo. Ever.
Yeah, he's the best.
And I think he would do that to Canelo on his best day. And Canelo said it, he goes, I couldn't figure him out.
No.
Claressa Shields suggested Canelo's body was simply breaking down. He wasn't moving like before. His combinations slowed, and his legs looked completely drained. To her, it felt like the natural finish of a long, high-pressure career. The idea seemed believable in the moment. David Benavidez, one of Canelo's biggest critics, has long argued that Canelo avoids dangerous challenges and picks favorable fights. After the Crawford showdown, Benavidez doubled down, saying Canelo no longer wants real risk.
For his boxing business?
Because, you know, the fighters always get the less money, and some of the fighters they need to take the money, the guarantee money, right? Because they don't make a lot of money in the fights, right? But they
Canelo's recent moves, according to Benavidez and others, show he's focused on securing massive paydays, and Benavidez believes he'll keep following that business strategy. Oscar De La Hoya told Fight Hype that Canelo isn't declining. His results depend on smart matchmaking and the right style matchup. De La Hoya said if Canelo faces a forward-pressing fighter who engages in a real fight, he can still deliver a knockout. It's ultimately about strategy, marketability, and maximizing revenue.
You see, Canelo is a strong fighter, and every punch he throws comes with power, right? That breaks down the body. Physically, his body is breaking down. Plus, he just had a kid. Canelo wants to go enjoy his life. He wants to keep his wits, keep his mind together, stay sharp, and go enjoy a little bit of that money that he just made. But he could not pass the torch to somebody that didn't respect the game. Canelo's at the top of the list.
According to De La Hoya, many still think Canelo can still compete at a high level, but only against styles that suit him. Eddie Hearn disagrees. In his Sports Illustrated interview, he stressed the massive commercial value and competitive drama of a Crawford rematch. Hearn says the real question is whether Canelo can silence retirement rumors. Fans want to see if Alvarez adapts or if Crawford forces him out. Hearn believes Canelo can reinvent his style and create major problems.
You've been training Crawford for years. Is he retired or is he going to keep fighting?
He just got to take a break.
Is Terence Crawford retired or is he going to keep fighting?
He's going to keep fighting.
He's going to keep fighting?
Yeah.
You're the man. Be man. Hey, congratulations. Enjoy the win.
Thank you.
In their first showdown, Canelo opened strong, controlling the early rounds with sharp, calculated counters that kept Crawford cautious. But the momentum flipped late. From rounds 9 to 12, Crawford took over, landing cleaner. Hearn argues that with a smarter late-round strategy, a rematch could look very different. He also sees safer, highly marketable options like Jermall Charlo or Hamza Shiraz for big money fights.
We knew Crawford is a great fighter, and I did what I supposed to do, right? I tried for every way, and I trained really hard, and he deserved all the credit. No, I tried.
Chris Eubank Jr. believes a rematch could be massive, insisting Canelo Alvarez still has the elite tools to rewrite the story. He says Canelo's experience, power, and market-driving star value remain unmatched when used with the right strategy. Trainer Robert Garcia agrees, noting that hunger and high-level focus will decide everything. He told Fight Hype that Canelo must avoid his first fight mistakes and apply full power from start to finish, because his skills are intact, but intensity will define his future.
I would love to see the rematch. I think in the rematch, if he comes back with the hunger that he needs, he could beat Crawford. Because Crawford, you know, is very talented, but I think Canelo could beat him. Canelo's strong, man. Canelo's strong. Canelo could take a good punch. So I think he could just go and don't respect his punch and throw punches even though you're gonna get hit, but don't.
Crawford's win over Alvarez has boosted his profile and opened major revenue-driving opportunities, but debate continues about his next move. Many experts believe he may avoid the most dangerous contenders. Fighters like David Benavidez, Dmitry Bivol, Diego Pacheco, and Bektemir Melikuziev carry serious size, power, and knockout danger, making those matchups high risk with limited reward. Instead, analysts expect Crawford to target marketable, high-paying names such as Jermall Charlo or Hamza Shiraz, big purse fights with lower overall risk.
Match, as a Canelo fan, I don't really want to see that. I don't think there will be much difference. I don't think Canelo can bring anything to the table that's going to surprise Crawford. He's a different fighter now. If this was 10 years ago, yes, I think the fight could have gone a different way, but there's no point in even thinking that because Canelo's a different fighter now. They fought today. They fought when Crawford is older as well, so I can't be trying to say, well, Canelo's not.
The business side of boxing plays a powerful role in everything unfolding now. Crawford's victory gives him the leverage to secure massive, high-value paydays, but keeping that financial power depends on the opponents he selects next. At the same time, Canelo's choices will shape the sport's global market. If he seeks immediate redemption against Crawford, the matchup could generate huge worldwide attention and premium revenue. But choosing a safer fight may signal his career entering its final chapter.
Terence Crawford and Canelo. Personally, I do not want to see a rematch. Usually rematches are in order when it's a very close fight and you can't really tell, which fighter won. There's a lot of close rounds, swing rounds. But that wasn't the case in this fight. Terence Crawford won pretty handily. I personally scored the fight 9-3. Being generous, you can give it 8-4. Now,
Canelo is catching heat for chasing a massive payday, but many believe no amount of money can justify the risk he took facing Crawford. Today's boxing industry revolves around high-value fights, and if the numbers look profitable, the match gets approved, no matter a fighter's decline. Canelo was already slowing down, yet the premium financial opportunity was impossible to ignore. But while revenue rises, the physical damage never stops, and this might have been one costly payday too many for him.
Coca-Cola, I'm buying. I risk my life in the ring, and everybody's making money too. It's not that they don't making money; they making money, but the fighter needs to make more than that.
Coach Ronnie Shields didn't hold back after the defeat, stating it's finally time for Canelo to step away from boxing. Speaking with Fight Hub TV, Shields said the Crawford fight proved everything. It's done, he explained. I didn't see power, precision, or the dangerous Canelo who controlled exchanges and dictated tempo. For Shields, this moment isn't about switching trainers or adjusting strategy. It's a clear signal that Canelo's era of dominance may have reached its financial and competitive end.
One name at 160, 154, I mean, it's just hard for him, ideally, to just see a fight. No names resonating at the moment. Would you be okay to see him retire?
I would. Look, he's had a great career also. Yes, he's older.
Oscar De La Hoya offered a contrasting view, saying Canelo's career could still be revived with a new trainer, possibly even someone like Shields. But Shields quickly rejected that idea, stressing the issue is far deeper. Canelo has spent his life in elite, high-pressure fights, absorbing non-stop punishment through brutal training and championship wars. Meanwhile, Crawford has fresher legs and far less wear. Shields believes Canelo's body is warning him to stop before the damage escalates.
The only thing I can tell him or give him advice in is get a new trainer. I can't advise him on retiring or staying in boxing. That's a very personal decision. But I can say, hey, get a new trainer. You'll do.
The warning signs are impossible to miss. Since the Dimitri Bivol fight in May 2022, Canelo simply hasn't looked like the same elite force. He's still winning, but without that trademark dominance or knockout power. In the later rounds, he often looks fatigued, relying on opponents he can outbox even while slowing down. Crawford exposed that decline. Canelo couldn't use size to control him, and when the fight intensified, his conditioning slipped. Shields is right, your body never lies.
If we see a fight where Canelo Alvarez looks old, and guess what? He's old.
Right?
And it might be a case of him being less than he was. And then
Shields surprised fans by advising Crawford to consider retirement after one more major fight. At 38, Crawford is still elite, but Shields believes stepping away early protects his legacy and long-term value. He suggested dropping to 160, winning a title, and retiring instead of defending at 168, where younger, stronger contenders wait. Shields warned that facing a relentless fighter like Chris Eubank Jr. would be dangerous. Crawford handled Canelo's slower pace, but a younger pressure fighter is a different challenge.
As a potential opponent for Canelo, but the big question has been, is Christian ready for that opportunity? Is he ready for the moment? Do you feel after this Saturday that you are ready for a fight with whoever wins the fight against Crawford and Canelo?
I'm born ready. Yeah, I'm born ready. Yeah. I'm born ready for this fight.
Retirement rarely matches reality, especially when major money and high-value opportunities are involved. Crawford now stands as the undisputed 168 champion and one of boxing's most marketable stars. That's why Turki Al-Sheikh quickly teased a potential showdown with David Benavidez, questioning whether Crawford can still make 168. The message is clear. He wants Crawford versus Benavidez, an explosive matchup designed to dominate headlines and generate premium revenue, massive earnings, and global fan engagement.
Fight Canelo, would you ever entertain a fight with the Mexican monster David Benavidez? What you want, Canelo? What you want, Canelo?
You gotta understand, like.
But I gotta ask you, bro, because I can't, you know.
My thing is, Benavidez is a big dude. You know what I mean? Not to say I won't fight him. I fought his.
Crawford recently told Ring Magazine on X that he's reviewing every option with his team, deciding whether to stay at super middleweight or cut down to middleweight. But financially, the middleweight move offers low value. Champions like Janibek Alimkhanuly, Arislandi Lara, and Carlos Adames are talented, yet not pay-per-view sellers or global market drivers. While Crawford could easily secure a middleweight title, the revenue, brand impact, and premium pay-per-view potential simply aren't strong enough to justify the jump.
Canelo?
Turkey
people
are talking about it. Turkey hit it at that. He was like Benavidez. Yeah, he
Turkey,
did.
so
Turkey just posted that this morning, wondering if Benavidez can make 168. Maybe he has plans or ideas of maybe trying to match up Benavidez and Terence Crawford.
No.
Benavidez is viewed as the golden ticket in today's boxing landscape. The real question is whether he can still make 168. Because if he does, this championship showdown becomes huge. Young, undefeated, and dangerous, Benavidez brings elite power, while Crawford's experience and high IQ skills keep him a real threat despite the weight jump. Fans exploded online, some predicting Bud's masterclass boxing, others backing Benavidez's size and pressure. One thing was clear, this is a premium fight worth making.
This fight, it's a storyline there. You beat my brother. I need that revenge. I'm the Mexican monster. You a pound for pound great. You coming up. Let's do it. If Terence Crawford beats David Benavidez, I don't even think he needs to fight Canelo. You automatically have to put Terence Crawford in top 5 or top 10.
Other major names are still in the conversation. Dmitry Bivol and Artur Beterbiev at 175 remain real possibilities. And if Crawford moved up and won, it would be a truly historic, high-value moment. Jaron Ennis and Virgil Ortiz are active, but staying at welterweight limits the hype after Crawford dominated that market. Sebastian Fundora is another unpredictable option. At this stage, the only fights that matter for Bud are the ones that deliver massive pay-per-view revenue. His legacy is already cemented.
Bud next, since Bud's so strong. That's what I said. Why are you talking about 54? None of them dudes gonna get you up. If you truly beat Canelo, why not be the greatest fighter in the existence of boxing? Like, Bivol was the only dude to beat 2 undisputed active champions. Like, he beat Canelo as an undisputed champion, and he beat Beterbiev as an...
Boxing today isn't driven by mandatories or rankings. It's powered by high-stakes fights that create massive global buzz. Wealthy promoters have reshaped the boxing market, and stars like Crawford now sit in a perfect position to cash in. So even with voices like Ronnie Shields suggesting retirement, it's unlikely Crawford walks away. The payouts are huge, the global spotlight is intense, and the chance to cement his legacy remains wide open.
You've been training Crawford for years. Is he retired or is he going to keep fighting?
He just got to take a break.
Is Terence Crawford retired or is he going to keep fighting?
Oh, he's going to keep fighting.
He's going to keep fighting?
Yeah.
You're the man. Be man. Hey, congratulations. Enjoy the win.
Fans are already imagining bold new paths for Crawford. Many believe he should chase a middleweight crown and then jump to light heavyweight for a blockbuster showdown with Bivol. Doing that would make him only the second fighter ever to win titles in 7 divisions, surpassing even Mayweather's historic legacy and boosting his claim as an all-time great. Others say, skip 160 and 175. Fight Benavidez now. In the end, elite money, massive paydays, and global hype drive every move.